Hello students, it's me Prakash Chavan, chemistry faculty. And dear students, today we are going to discuss here the important portion of chemical bonding, and this is what dipole moment. First I will discuss you what is the dipole. Dipole means what? A system having equal and opposite charge, and when they are put at the very short distance, they will form a what? Dipole. Since AB is the molecule and the electronegativity of B is higher than A, and because of that B will get what? Partial negative charge, and A will get partial positive charge. Okay? And now the charge over the B atom is minus Q, the charge over the A atom is plus Q. And the distance between AB system or the AB molecule is small d. In our physics, we also studied that if there is plus Q charge and minus Q charge, if they are put at the short distance, then they will form what? Dipole. Okay? Just like that, I am just considering that AB is the dipole. Okay? So the charge over the A and B is what? Magnitude of charge is Q, and the distance between AB is D. So the dipole moment can be calculated like Q into D. Okay. Now what is the dipole moment? Dipole moment is the vector quantity. So we have to show the direction of dipole moment. So its direction is from low electronegative element to high electronegative element. So if you want to show the direction in AB system, then its direction will be what? This will be from A atom to B. Correct? So direction of dipole moment is from low electronegative element to high electronegative element. Electronegative element mean what? The atom having high tendency to attract the shared electron. Atom having high tendency to attract the shared electron, this will be called as high electronegative element. Okay. So this is B is the high electronegative element in comparison to A, and that's why this will get partial negative and this will get partial positive. So if we discuss here the unit of dipole moment, this is what in general in our chemistry standard unit of dipole moment is what? Divide. And you know that the unit of charge is also ESU. So if I write here in place of coulomb, I write here ESU, and distance is shown in centimeter. So this may be the unit of dipole moment, ESU into centimeter. The value of one device is 10 to the power minus 18 ESU into centimeter. And one device is equal to how much? 3.33 into 3.36 into 10 to the power minus 20 coulomb. Okay, dear student. So this was about the molecule having two atoms. So this is about the diatomic molecule. Suppose that if you are to find the dipole moment of the polyatomic molecule, so in that case how you will find the dipole moment? This is what for polyatomic molecule, the total dipole moment can be calculated like mu total or mu resultant, that will be the vector sum of other dipoles which are present in the polyatomic molecule. Okay, and this can be calculated as mu1 plus mu2 mu3 plus mu4. So this is the way. So we have discussed here first point that how to find the dipole moment of polyatomic molecule. So this is the formula. Okay, let's see next point. This is what? This is the polyatomic molecule. For polyatomic molecule you will find the total dipole moment with this formula. Okay, let's see the next point, and this is what? If there is theta angle, between two dipoles, suppose that this is the dipole 1 and this is the angle dipole 2, and the angle between this is what? Theta. So if you want to find here the resultant will be like this. So the resultant will be what? Mu total or the resultant of the dipole having theta angle between them. This will be resultant can be calculated like this. Mu1 square plus mu2 square plus 2 mu1 mu2 cos theta. This is the formula. Okay. So if there is theta angle between two dipoles, so mu resultant can be calculated with this formula. Okay. In case first, if there is theta is 90 degree, theta is equal to 90 degree. So in that case, cos 90 degree becomes 0. So how to find the magnitude of mu1 and mu2 is equal. So the resultant dipole will be what? This will be mu square plus mu square, and the whole the term becomes 0. So finally you will receive here root 2 mu when theta is equal to 90 degree. On the other hand, if theta is equal to 180 degree, case second, if theta is equal to 180 degree and mu1 is equal to mu2, so in that case mu resultant will be what? That will be what? Like this, mu square plus 2 mu and cos 180 is how much? Cos 180 degree is equal to minus 1. So hold the value. This is this 2 mu square and this 2 mu square minus. The resultant will be what? This will be 0. Okay. So these are the ways to find the dipole moment in polyatomic molecule, and this will be calculated if there is theta angle. If there is more than one dipole in the polyatomic molecule, obviously there will be more than one dipole. Why? Because it is a polyatomic. So this is the first way. This is the second way. We have to consider that what is the given angle. And dear students, remember one thing, that if there is tetrahedral geometry, so in that case, if there is for tetrahedral geometry, suppose that, what is the tetrahedral geometry? Like this. Mean what? There will be tripod like 1, 2 and 3. This is just like a tripod of camera or anything. So in this case, the whole the 3 dipole moment of towards dipole will just counterbalance the dipole of this, which is just upward side. So in tetrahedral geometry, if all the atom, like here, suppose that this central atom is A and these are what? X, X, X and X. So in this case, whole the dipole moment of the system of polyatomic molecule will becomes mu net will becomes what? 0. Mu net will be 0. When? If there is tetrahedral geometry. Because all these 3 dipole will counterbalance the just upward dipole. Because so in this case you will see that if there is tetrahedral geometry and x, x, x all are identical, so in this case dipole moment will be 0. Okay. So in this case dipole will be 0, in this case dipole will be 0. And one thing which we have to keep in our mind, and this is what? If the molecule is completely symmetric, in that case dipole moment also be 0. Symmetric means what? We will discuss it later. But if you are said that you are given the symmetric molecule and you know that this is a symmetric molecule, so in that case for symmetric molecule for symmetric molecule like CO2, okay, BF3, dipole moment of the system will be 0. Mu net will becomes 0. So these are the conditions where we can consider that dipole resultant for that system will be 0. If the theta is 180 degree and dipole of the, if there is two dipole in the system, so in that case this becomes 0. For tetrahedral this becomes 0. For symmetric molecule like CO2 BF3, dipole moment also be 0. And finally, if there is lone pair present in the molecule, at the central atom, so in that case the direction of dipole moment will be from central atom to lone pair. What is our point? If LP, lone pair, is present at central atom, if lone pair is present at where? Central atom, then direction of dipole, direction of mu will be what? Direction of mu will be what? From central atom to lone pair. Yeah, towards lone pair. Towards lone pair. So it's a very important point to note down that if lone pair is present at the central atom, then direction of dipole will be what? From central atom to lone pair. Okay, so these are the main points and these are the main important notes to decide that what will be the dipole moment of particular molecule. Okay, so one by one we will discuss that how to decide that this molecule have the dipole or this molecule have the zero dipole. Okay, let's see the next example, and these are what? So just move to the examples of dipole. Okay, so one by one we will discuss here the dipole. Okay, so first let's see, suppose that if there is molecule like CO2 and SO, there is comparison between CO2 and SO. Dear students, first you have to be aware about the geometry of the molecule. If you don't know the geometry or shape of the molecule, then this will be very difficult for you to decide the dipole moment. Okay, so you know that CO2 have the linear geometry and SO2 molecule have the band geometry. So on behalf of this, I can say that I can easily find here the dipole moment. Okay, so let's see. Suppose that this is CO2 molecule. You know that electronegativity of oxygen is higher than carbon, so this will get partial negative and this will get partial positive. For this system, there is a one dipole. On the other hand, if you look at this position, you will see that the electronegativity of oxygen is higher than carbon, and because of this will get again partial positive charge. So the charge should be equal and identical. Since there are 2 minus 2 charge, so that should be plus 2 charge or the plus 2 unit charge over the carbon atom. Okay, so the direction of dipole will be what? From carbon to oxygen, and this will be again from carbon to oxygen. This is mu1 and this is mu2. Since both are equal and opposite and this is a polyatomic molecule, so mu resultant or mu net will be what? Mu1 vector plus mu2 vector. Okay, since both are equal and this both are the identical dipole, and because of this they will cancel to each other. So finally mu net will be for what? For CO2 molecule. So if the dipole moment of the system or the molecule is 0, it means what? This is the non-polar molecule. This is what? Non-polar molecule. On the other hand, if you look at the SO2 molecule, this is the structure of SO2. You will see that there is also lone pair over the sulfur atom. Since it has 6 electrons valence shell, 2 4 and 6. Okay? So the direction of dipole will be what? This. And the direction of dipole will be this. This is the mu1 and this is the K. And the resultant, there is theta angle between the system. So resultant will be in this direction. But you know that there is also lone pair over the central atom. So the direction of dipole will be what? From sulfur to lone pair. Sulfur to lone pair. And this is how much? This is mu3. This is what? Mu3. So this is the resultant of mu1, mu2 will be from this side, and the dipole moment of mu3 will be from sulfur to central atom. So overall we cannot say that this mu3 will cancel the mu1 and mu2. So ultimately I can write what? Mu net here will be what? Mu1 vector plus mu2 vector plus mu3 vector, but they will not cancel to each other. That's why SO2 is a non-polar molecule. This is what? Non-polar molecule. So this is the way to compare the dipole moment of the CO2 and SO2. Now let's see the another example. This is what? This is CCl4 and there is again CH4. You know that we are just here that what will the dipole moment of carbon tetrachloride and methane. We have understood that if there is tetrahedral geometry, so the dipole moment will what? This mu1, this mu2, this mu3 and this what? This is mu4. This mu1, mu2, mu3 and mu4. And we have understood that the mu net will be what? Vector sum of mu1, mu2, mu3 and mu4. So in this case, the resultant will be what? 0. Dipole moment of the whole system will become 0. Why? Because all these 3 dipole in the tetrahedral geometry mean what? The dipole of tripod will counterbalance the vertical dipole. So in this case, since the atoms are identical 1, 2, 3 and 4, so the dipole becomes 0. And here again this is mu1, mu2, mu3 and this is what? Mu4. So here also the mu net will also be 0. So these are the 2 examples to decide that what is the dipole moment and how to decide the dipole moment of the molecule. Okay, now in our next lecture we will proceed the other examples of dipole moment. Thanks for watching.